Welcome back, everybody, to another video. Today, we're starting a brand new series. So, with the draft lottery edging closer and closer, and the playoffs are also coming closer and closer day by day, that's one thing you guys are going to think about. Every single day that passes, we are one day closer to hockey. So, today I'm going to be starting a new series. We are going to be reviewing teams that have missed the playoffs. Now, this series won't take too long because there was really only 7 teams that missed the playoffs, so it's not going to be that long of a series. And then it kind of goes on break, and until the first team gets knocked out of the playoffs, then they're going to get the first overall pick, and I'm going to make the review about them. So it's going to be pretty interesting coming in the next couple weeks. So the Anaheim Ducks, alphabetically, they're the first one that has missed the playoffs. They played 71 games, had a 29-33-9 record with 67 points. They were 6th in the Pacific and 27th in the league. They were just out of the playoffs with Arizona. If they were in Arizona's spot, bam, you would have the Anaheim Ducks in the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs facing Nashville. But they are not, unfortunately. So that kind of no doubt. So their leaders, Adam Henrique, just leads the team. I mean, this is actually like a pretty tight run. Like they were like 40, 42, 41 points. Adam Henrique leads the team with 26 goals, 17 assists for 43 points. Number 2 is Ryan Getzlaf, 13 goals, 29 assists for 42 points. And then at number 3, you have Rickard Rakell for 15 goals, 27 assists for 42 points. Not that very high of goal scoring this year for the Ducks, but as we keep moving along and the draft is happening in a few weeks, few months, whenever it's going to be, I'd be pretty hyped for this team coming in. So goaltending is a big problem in Anaheim. I mean, yes, Ryan Miller played pretty solid. John Gibson played good compared to how this team was, but goaltending is still a problem. You don't really have any good goalies in your prospect pool. There is someone in the draft that you could get, and we've already talked about him on the channel so far in one of the prospect previews. But that means we're selecting him at number 6. We're taking the risk. We'll get into that. We'll get into that in a bit because I have that in my notes as well. So, goaltending. John Gibson was 20-26. Ryan Miller was 9-6-4. Ryan Miller, of course, being better, but he played less games, so you can't really argue that. Now that's really it for the negative stuff. To be honest with you. Now we get into the hype stuff. This is preparing for next season. Well, I mean, this will come in handy when we get to the 2020-2021 preview of the team, but right now is the review. So, players that I think you guys should be excited for, aka hyped for. I only have 2 here, and that's Trevor Zegras, who was selected 9th overall in 2019, and then Max Jones. I think those 2 players can play very well with this team, and adding it to their core right now with Henrique, Getzlaf, Rakell. Perry's not even on the team anymore. I almost said Perry. But yeah, adding those players, including the player that they can get in the draft, that this team is going to be much better next season. And they don't have anybody expiring this season, but they do have people that they need to sign entry level contracts to. Just a quick update: they have $2.8 million in cap space, so that's not a lot. So you're not going to go on free agency and sign, I don't know, Alex Pietrangelo, a huge deal if he doesn't get resigned. So, there you go. Do I think this team's going to be better next year? I 100% do. And that leads me on to my next topic. So, Anaheim is picking 6th overall in the 2020 draft. They can get Marco Rossi, if he's there by then, if Ottawa doesn't select him, Cole Perfetti, Jamie Drysdale, Jake Sanderson, and then, as I was talking about before, Yaroslav Askarov. I'll go through all these players. Rossi could really help this team and their goal scoring. They have scored 187 goals and led in 226. As I said, goal scoring and goaltending. You should probably pick one, but I think you already have one really good goal scorer in Trevor Zegras. So I think you're pretty set on that for now, I guess. But you need more. Perfetti, this team, he can really help with his skating. Drysdale and Sanderson could really help with their forward plays. I think one of them is defenseman. I'm not sure. And then Askarov was one of the really big ones. Because Askarov, this team in goaltending is not very good at all. Sorry, Miller and Gibson, and Ducks fans that like those two players. I like Gibson and Miller. I love Miller. So, but yeah, they're not very good. So if you get Askarov, which it would be kind of a risk to take at number 6 because you're risking Marco Rossi, Perfetti, Drysdale, Sanderson. But if you get Askarov, that's gonna help the Ducks so much, and that's what people aren't thinking about. They're thinking about like him going number 10th overall and such. We don't even know who's gonna pick number 10th. I think that if the Ducks picked him 6th, that would be an absolute steal, and that would really, really help the team in the coming years when he is NHL ready, because he's projected to be like Carey Price, and if he's like Carey Price, then he's another Hall of Fame goaltender. So yeah, that is the 2019-20 Anaheim Ducks review. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you guys for watching. Next up will be the Detroit Red Wings, which will not be too long from now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.